We have a car spun into the hairpin here too. It's Dylan Dawson. It's 3 wide down the main straight.
Muggleton around start. Muggleton goes around.
Getting a bit of a massive cone going back in the pack here. Just got inside. Almost lost it again.
Hello and welcome to highlights from round 12 of the 2012 V8 Supercar official online series presented by Big Pond Sport and Extreme Sim Gear and powered by iRacing. Woolton Park in England was the final destinations for teams and drivers this season, a completely new track never driven on by an iRacing V8 Supercar before. The bumpy, narrow and relatively fast track is reminiscent of many of the Australian tracks the real V8 Supercars race on, and the drivers were relishing the chance to put the big V8 through its paces. To qualifying, and it was Rens Brookman setting the fastest time in his Infinity Esports Falcon with a 1 minute 26.680, only 2 1,000ths of a second faster than Hampstead. McLeod put the Tats.com Falcon in third, while ANZ Motorsport duo George Maris and Justin Ruggier filled out fourth and fifth. Peter Reid decided to join the fray for the last round and qualified sixth, while Rent.com.au driver Sean Kelly was impressive, qualifying seventh. Josh Muggleton put his Trans-Tasman Racing Falcon in 8th, while Direct Clutch Motorsports drivers Stuart Wood and Simon Madden rounded out the top 10. To the race, and Hampstead got another great jump off the line, slotting in front of Brookman into turn 1, while behind them, Thomas Guarini was struggling to find room in the pack.
Close through turn. Mitchell's just dropped one spot, but it looks like he'll have a nice run.
Guarini! Sideways into, not sure who it was one of the Lazy Man Racing entries, and goes around. Oh, there's massive action at the back of the pack. There's about 10 cars involved in an accident at the back here.
Up front, Hampstead was having issues with his internet connection. He's flickering on track, catching out Rens behind him.
Got a special guest just joining us in the commentary box as we're live for this race as well. Madison Down, former championship winner now. Good evening, mate.
We've just had some change of position. Sorry about that. Rens has just lost it and Mitchell has taken a position and it looks like
Justin Ruggier as well.
No, it's Justin Ruggier. George Maris is about to get him as well. No, doesn't get done.
With Hampstead's internet connection still wavering, McLeod was struggling to follow him as well, giving Ruggier an opportunity to pounce.
Yeah, I was just looking at, you'd hate to throw a championship away just over connection problems, but it's something that everyone has to battle each week. You can see that well, Mitchell's not going to give up that easy. Looks like a bit of a position change back there too. Justin made the move.
Yeah, Justin's got one back on McLeod from the early race.
Back in the pack, Guarini's poor night continued, getting involved in an incident with Scott Uren. At the end of the back straight, Uren looked to be far enough up the inside of Guarini, but as they approached the apex, Guarini was better on the brakes and Uren was caught out, catching the rear bumper of Guarini and sending him off into the tyre barrier. Jason Brunton was also struggling with the bumpy track, having a major spin on the second last corner, but recovering nicely and doing well to keep the car off the walls. Towards the front, Muggleton, Reid and Kelly were having an epic battle for 6th.
Try and get a few wins up board.
Muggo's going to have a look here at Reid. I think he's going to get this done.
Oh no! Hasn't got the drive. He'll have to lift on the inside here.
Pulls back in behind.
Just ahead of them, Maris looked to make a move past Brookman.
Right.
Maris has got the win onto the main straight. I think he'll get it done here.
He's got the inside line here.
Yeah, exactly. Got the inside line, and that's exactly what he needed. He can take his line now. As long as he doesn't get the crossover now where Rens could have a look, but again it puts him on the wrong side of the racetrack.
Very hard to get past there. There's contact.
Just that little bump's pushed it wide.
Back in 16th, Scott Uren was struggling to find a way past Black.
Uren going up the inside into the grass, locks it up, spins Black around.
Back up front, Muggleton and Reid continued to battle.
Yeah, Simon was definitely the best example.
Oh, got
Muggo and Peter Reid.
They've gone off the road. Sean Kelly just goes straight through and takes the position back.
There were good battles happening all throughout the field, including a great stoush between privateers Ben Rothberg and David Benty.
Ben Rothberg under attack from David Benty. Oh, there's almost contact there between those two.
Much in it, is it?
Further up front, Ruggier was not letting Hampstead take a breath.
It was a good save, but he dropped
Ruggier
a lot
up
of
the
time.
inside. Sorry, Ruggier had a little
Ruggier
bit of a
had
look up the inside. Made a little bit of contact.
Back in ninth, Chad Chastain was having a great drive until he had a major moment down the back straight, his Falcon getting spectacularly airborne after running wide, ultimately losing him 2 spots and just out of the top 10. Back up in third, McLeod had Maris all over his rear bumper.
Maris down the inside. Rear's lock, just pulled it up. Oh, that was so close.
And the next lap at the same corner, Maris made his move.
Both the ANZ cars close. Maris much closer down the inside.
Oh,
Contact.
they've made contact.
He was up there though.
It's the last thing McLeod wants to see now. He's got 2 cars now between him and Richard, so...
With 3 laps to go, Ruggier was desperate to get his first win in the series.
Yeah, Richard's got enough to play with Justin back there. Justin's pretty keen to get his first win, and he's having a look too. He's... Oh! Back there. He locked it up a little bit. Lucky not to take out Richard there.
Richard will be getting worried with, 2 or 3 laps to go, and Ruggier wanting his first win. This is the best position Ruggier has been in to win a race so far.
On the last lap, Ruggier had one last chance to steal victory from Hampstead.
Richard defending
gonna
really
cover.
hard.
Look at that thing, Justin swimming around under brakes, but he's not going to quite have it. Tries to get on the power, but doesn't quite do it. Richard Hampstead's going to come across the line and take out the 2012 V8 Supercar Championship.
Great drive. He only just got it as well. Just under 0.2 of a second from Justin Ruggier. George Maris picks up third. Mitchell McLeod in fourth. Will get second in the championship.
Newly crowned champion Richard Hampstead had this to say post-race.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. It was a really intense race. I had Justin all over me. He had lots of pace. I think he had probably a bit easier on his tyres towards the end there. But no, it's just been an odd season for me. Had a bit of bad luck in the early race. Yeah, it's nice to come back and win the championship with a race win.
Did that on your mind, Richard, the dramas you had in race 1? You lost an engine. Did that play on your mind at all?
Absolutely. I had in the early race I was downshifting before the corner, before I was braking, and I just changed. So I would downshift midway through the corner when the revs were a bit lower. But it was a bit of a worry throughout the race.
So it was Richard Hampstead taking the win by 0.186 of a second from Justin Ruggier, who will have to wait until Season 2 to get his first series win. George Maris sealed a 2-3 finish for ANZ Motorsport to round out the podium, while Mitchell McLeod and Renz Brookman finished 4th and 5th. Simon Madden made up 4 places to finish 6th, while Peter Reid and Sean Kelly grabbed 7th and 8th. Josh Muggleton had a tough race, finishing 9th, while Stuart Wood rounded out the top 10. And with the final race victory going to Hampstead, he seals the championship by 21 points over Mitchell McLeod. Renz Brookman holds on for 3rd, while Justin Ruggier's solid 2nd place cements his 4th place in the championship. Scott McLaughlin, although absent for 4 rounds, manages to pick up 5th, while Scott Uren and Josh Muggleton finish 6th and 7th respectively. Stuart Wood has grabbed 8th spot away from John Emerson, while Simon Madden rounds out the top 10. So that's Season 1 all wrapped up. A big thank you to all drivers who have participated in the racing this season, and a big thank you to all of you who have watched the broadcast coverage, these highlight videos, and have just supported us in general. We hope to bring you even more next season, so stay tuned. Season 2 will kick off on the 7th of May, with Round 1 being held at Road America, another first for the iRacing V8 Supercar Series. Don't forget to join the Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to keep up to date with all the latest news from this growing series. From all of us here at v8online.com.au, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.